Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red. We're not starting up a new Let's Play or anything like that, but today is a very special day here on Nero's Let's Plays, because on this day, exactly 7 years ago, I posted my first video to this channel. It was episode 1 of Pokemon Fire Red. It was on January 28th of 2012, and my goodness, where does the time go? Here in today's video, I just want to talk about the channel and basically go on a trip down memory lane, and while we do that, we're going to be putting up a new playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red. Again, this is not going to be a new Let's Play or anything like that, but rather it's just going to be some nice background footage while we talk about the channel, the history of Nero's Let's Plays, and potentially the future of Nero's Let's Plays as well. So when I made this channel on January 17th of 2012, God, that is so freaking long ago, this was initially just a random backup channel. Did you guys know that? So when I started Nero's Let's Plays, it was right after I got partnered with Machinima, and maybe you guys already know the whole backstory with Machinima and what's actually happening with them recently. They just sold out to, they initially sold to Warner Brothers, and then Warner Brothers sold the rights to Machinima to Fullscreen. Machinima is still technically a thing, but like everything on their main channel is now gone. I guess I'm technically partnered with them now. I really have no idea what's going on with it, to be honest. But yeah, I got partnered with Machinima in January of 2012, and that was on my main channel, Nero Cinema. I remember at the time, too, I had to work so hard to get partnered. It's not like it is today, right? It's not like today where you can just, like, be a channel with literally no subscribers, no views, or anything like that, and just get picked up by some random network out there who will take a percentage of your channel's advertisement income in exchange for basically nothing. Back in the day, there were different contracts in place. There were these big, different networks that were out there. We had Machinima. We had Yoush. I remember specifically trying so hard to get partnered through Yoush because Machinima had really high standards. Like, that's where, like, the cream of the crop went, right? It was really hard to get partnered with those guys. And let's go grab our potion right here. It was really hard to get partnered with Machinima, so I tried, like, every other network I could. Nobody really wanted to take a chance on me, even though I had, at the time, I want to say, like, it's hard to remember, like 2,000 subscribers, maybe something like that, and I had a couple of videos. Modern Warfare 3 had just come out, and before that, I was posting the original Black Ops and Gears of War and Battlefield 3 and stuff like that, and I think a couple of those videos ended up blowing up, so I had about 1 million, like, lifetime channel views, and that's what made Machinima finally want to take a chance on me. Once I got to that 1 million view marker, they're like, okay, we'll partner you now. And it was a really bad contract, like a really, really bad contract. I guess I can say it now. Back in the day, it was like a 70-30 split. So like 30% of my overall income that I made for my channels and stuff like that went straight to Machinima. It's a lot different now, but I can't say what it is for contract reasons, obviously, because, you know. But, so when they gave me that partnership initially, what they did is they said, look, do you have a backup channel? And I'm like, no, I just have Nero Cinema. You know, I never really thought to have a backup channel or anything like that. And they're like, well, yeah, it's a pretty popular thing. Lots of people have backup channels because back in the day, you know, 2009 to 2012 when I got partnered, I mean, that was the Wild West of YouTube, essentially. Like, copyright strikes were a big thing. Like, the whole, whether you could even make money on YouTube was a big thing. Before that, you couldn't even make money off your own channels or anything like that. You had to upload videos to Machinima Respawn, for crying out freaking loud. So it was a really weird time, and a lot of people had backup channels because randomly these companies would come in, whether it was, we're definitely taking Bulbasaur, whether it was a game company, whether it was some random company or something like that. We need to change this text speed. They'd come in and they'd copyright claim your videos and take them for themselves, and it would shut your channel down. In fact, I had a channel way back when that was completely shut down by Activision because I had used a trailer for, I think it was an upcoming, it was a trailer for Modern Warfare 3, and Activision claimed that, which gave me a copyright strike. It really messed me up for a bit. So, you know, it was a really tough time. So a lot of people had backup channels. They're like, look, if you don't have a backup channel, we're going to partner it regardless. So what you should do is make a backup channel, and we'll partner that, right, along with your main channel, Nero Cinema. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I guess that works out, right? And so I didn't know what to do, but at the time, a lot of people in the Call of Duty community had Let's Play channels, right? And the thing is, if you're a COD channel, you're branded as a COD channel. Some people can get away with it, right? Some people, not all, but some people can, start to branch away from Call of Duty once they've established that core audience, but not very many people can, right? Typically, COD fans only want to watch COD, so if you want to post other content, you're going to need to do that on a second channel. So I made a second channel, Nero's Let's Plays. I know, super original. We have Nero Cinema and Nero's Let's Plays. And man, over the years, ever since that first video went up on January 28th of 2012, I have made so many different videos. I think we're just under 1,500 right now, even though Nero's Let's Plays has always been a passion project, right? This has never been my whole focus. It's a side thing that I do for fun that I just really enjoy. And over the years, we started off with Pokemon Fire Red. We also did Fire Red Omega. We're recently doing South Park Rally. There's Pokemon Ruby, Minecraft, Hearthstone, Custom Zombies. Custom Zombies was so much freaking fun for like Black Ops 3 and World at War. Game Dev Tycoon, still to this day, that's my biggest Let's Play ever. I have no idea why. Maybe it was like the YouTube algorithm, or I don't know, but that series blew up, like Nero Cinema style blew up. Like, if you guys haven't looked, we have to use a potion here. If you guys haven't looked at my Game Dev Tycoon series, I highly recommend you guys go and check that out, because honestly, the first couple episodes, yes, I know how potions work. Come on. The views on that series are like 100 to 70,000 for like the first like 10 episodes or something like that, and then for the rest of the series fluctuates anywhere from like 10 to 30 or 40,000. Like, it's freaking absurd, right? Like, it makes no sense. That's all people finding the videos essentially through YouTube search results and the algorithm and stuff like that. It was really freaking weird. But on top of that, of course, we played every single Borderlands and pretty much every Borderlands DLC, with the exception of the Claptastic Voyage for the pre-sequel. I really wanted to do a Let's Play of that game, but let me tell you guys the reason why we haven't been able to do that so far. Back in the day, back when the Claptastic Voyage for the pre-sequel first came out, I planned to do a Let's Play of it, and I started a Let's Play of it. But here's what happened. My build was really bad. Like, really, really bad. Because the entire time I played the pre-sequel, I was playing with my friend Nick, right? But I was playing this DLC series solo. And so I'm going in there as Claptrap, completely built. All my talents and everything like that were picked or all my skills, rather, were picked so I could work with a teammate. But when you're playing solo, those are all really bad and completely useless. So it was at the point where I was dying over and over to, like, random trash mobs and stuff like that. Like, it was really frustrating. I didn't get super far. I only got, like, 20 minutes in or something. But I just, like, got so frustrated that I stopped and I scrapped the recording and everything. So now, to this day, I can't play that particular DLC because I'm already 20 minutes into it. If I want to do a Let's Play, we missed the entire beginning. And the only way around that is to get like a Gibbed save editor and try to reset the progress somehow. And just, it's so complicated. So I think I would much rather do is do a One Life challenge for the pre-sequel. I think we're going to play as Nisha. I think that'd actually be quite fun. We'll play as her. And however far I get, best case scenario, I make it through the entire game. But even if I don't make it through the entire game and I do end up dying, that'll be okay, because hopefully we'll get to the point. I think you have to be level 15 or something. And if you make it to that point, then I can start up the Claptastic Voyage on normal mode with Nisha, and we'll be able to start from the beginning and, be able to play through properly. But, again, we did every single Borderlands DLC pretty much. We did Far Cry 3, all of the original Left 4 Dead, which was so much fun. I actually played that with my brother and a couple of friends. We did Pokemon Showdown, the DayZ Standalone, a ton of different Madden games. I think my favorite one, I've done like three total. I didn't even move out of the same patch of grass there. I think I've done 3 total, and my personal favorite was Madden 16. That series went on for, I think, 122 episodes. We started off as a really bad undrafted quarterback for the Redskins, and we ended up making it. I think we played 6 years. Does that sound right? 6 or 7 years. After the 4th year, we ended up going to the Falcons, and we were already a really good overall. The Falcons had a really good team. I cherry-picked a really good team that needed a quarterback, and man, we tore it up, won Super Bowls. I think we went undefeated or something like that, but it was a really fun series, man. Leech Seed, there we go. And on top of Madden, of course, we have Heroes of the Storm recently. We did some videos with The Elder Scrolls Online, Overwatch, Fallout 4, Fallout 76. The list goes on, right? But unfortunately, over the course of these 7+ years that I've been doing this channel, some mistakes have been made, for sure. I mean, I think I I developed a tendency of biting off way more than I could chew sometimes. There was these ideas where, you know, I'm gonna start up this series of this game, but then I'm also going to do this series on the side, and then also maintain my main channel, Near Cinema. And when you get to the point where you're trying to do like 3 videos a day, that's not exactly easy for really anybody. It gets very tough at that point. And so as a result, we've had a lot of missteps when it comes to picking out different series and stuff like that. Either I bit off more than I could chew, or this healing from Leech Seed is actually kind of helpful right now. Either I bit off way more than I can chew, or I didn't research a game properly. Like, I saw a game, and I'm like, you know what? That game sounds... Wait, don't you give me... Oh, come back here. Nah, this guy tells me about the ledges. I think one of these people gives us a potion, right? It's been so long. It's been so long since I played like the actual proper Fire Red and not Fire Red Omega. But, you know, going back to it, we've had plenty of series that I started that never ended up getting finished, which is really unfortunate. And those games include Pokemon Soul Silver, RIP. That was a fun series. I liked Pokemon Soul Silver, and if you guys recall, I was going to finish that series, but I couldn't because there was something wrong with the ROM or the emulator. Like, what was it? I could either not save, or the game would continuously freeze every time I got to a certain point, and I couldn't actually advance in the game whatsoever. One of those two things happened. The final episode of my Pokemon Soul Silver series explains exactly what happened, but that was really unfortunate. GTA 5, I stopped playing through that. I had actually a bunch of issues with the recording of GTA 5, like random desyncs and stuff like that, which played a couple of episodes. It's actually gotten so bad that I think I might just go back and private all the... See, part of me wants to private the videos that from the series that I never finished, but another part of me wants to kind of keep them up because, you know, some people like to still go back and watch those, even if they weren't completely finished, right? But I feel like those people are few and far between. Maybe I should just straight up, like, private the entire GTA 5 series. But I had some recording issues, as well as I just didn't care. Like, it's one of those things where it wasn't well-researched enough, and it got to the point where I'm, like, halfway through the GTA 5, like, main story. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, this is not a fun game. And I get that GTA 5 is super popular for a lot of people, just, I'm not one of them. Like, the story didn't suck me in. I didn't have a lot of fun with it really whatsoever. It just wasn't really a whole lot of fun for me. We had Pokemon Yellow. I honestly don't remember why I stopped that series, but we were playing through Pokemon Yellow at one point, but for some reason I ended up getting stopped. Dead Island Riptide, same thing with GTA 5. It's one of those things where I played the original Dead Island, and I like the original Dead Island, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna hop into Dead Island Riptide, right? And I get in there, and we're like 5 episodes in, I'm like, ugh. This game's not very good. It's notorious for not being very good. But we didn't know that at the time. You know, the game just came out. So, that went unfinished. Fallout New Vegas is another great example of just biting off way more than I can chew. I think I was doing another series already at the time, and also, of course, maintaining my main channel Near Cinema. And I'm like, hey, let's play Fallout New Vegas. I've heard so many good things about this game. Let's jump into it. Like, this is not going to be a game that takes me like 200 or 300 hours to get all the way through. Maybe not that long, but it can. It can definitely take that long if you're really going to stop and smell the roses and see everything that there is to see. So that was a dumb idea. I think we got like 12 episodes in, maybe something like that. And then on top of that, I would randomly start up like Call of Duty campaigns. Like, we finished a couple of them. We did World at War, we did COD World War II, we did Advanced Warfare. But I think I tried doing, like, the original Black Ops campaign, like, several years after the fact for some reason. Like, 3 or 4 years ago. I don't even know why. I didn't finish that. I also didn't finish the Black Ops 2 campaign. So, I went back. I think those are all the series that I started but never finished. We have Soul Silver, GTA 5, New Vegas, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 campaign, Pokemon Yellow, and then Dead Island Riptide. I think that's it, although you guys are probably going to correct me down there in the comments. But we have finished way more series, than we have not finished here on the channel. And there's a rule. There's a rule here on Near's Let's Plays. When you start a series, you finish that series, right? It's going to be happening. Simpsons Hit and Run was a great example of that. You get through it. No matter what, you get through the series. Because when I started, I didn't realize how bad it was. Not actually even just for me, but for the viewer, right? For the viewer, you guys, if you start a series and you say, look, I'm going to finish this entire game together. You know, we're going to do this. And then, you know, they invest however many hours, 2, 3, 5, 20 hours of their lives watching this series, and then you just stop it out of nowhere. Well, that's disrespectful to the viewer, right? Which is why there hasn't been unfinished Let's Play in, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, something like that. It's been a while. Maybe 3 or 4, something like that. It's been a long time because, yeah, I realize that. It's like, when people watch these videos, you should actually properly finish the entire Let's Play. But again, it came down to learning. Never ran a Let's Play channel before this one, obviously. Near Cinema is a completely different kind of a channel. We're not doing Let's Plays or anything like that over there, and there were a few bumps in the road over the course of the nearly 1,500 videos I made here for this channel, but overall, I've had a lot of fun with it, man. Nier's Let's Plays is so much fun. I say this every time we talk about the channel, right? It is so much fun. I absolutely adore Nier's Let's Plays. Don't these guys give us a potion? Why am I crazy? Why do I keep thinking people are going to give me things when they don't? Like, it's like, yeah, you keep talking about how great Professor Oak is. We get it. Maybe it's a different Pokemon game where they actually give you potions. It's been so long. Speaking of series, people always want a new Pokemon series, right? People always, I think it's because this channel was kind of founded on Pokemon, so people always want to see a new Pokemon series of some sort here on the channel. And I'll tell you guys, I actually mentioned it in my Fire Red Omega series, what I would love to do, really more than like anything, I would absolutely adore being able to do another Pokemon series, again in the Kanto region, because I love the Kanto region. You can't not make me love it. I was looking for a Pokemon Blue ROM, which would basically be 151. A perfectly clean Pokemon Blue ROM that does nothing but make it so the original starters can be found out in the wild or be given to you like they could in Pokemon Yellow. But also make it so Pokemon that aren't in Pokemon Blue, I forget the exact perfect examples, but you guys get the idea. Like, for example, in one game, Growlithe is there, but Vulpix is not. And the other game, Vulpix is there and Growlithe is not. Well, in this ROM, I want both Growlithe and Vulpix to be there, so I can capture them both, and of course evolve them, and try to complete the entire Pokedex, right, via the ROM. But I can't really find a good version of that. Same thing with Pokemon Yellow. I'm like, you know what, it would be fun to do Pokemon Yellow, because of course Pikachu follows you around and stuff like that, but there's no, that I can find anyway, there is no good, clean Pokemon Yellow ROM that just has all 150/151 Pokemon. There just isn't. Like, if you try to play any version of Pokemon Yellow, well, for one, you can't get Raichu. That's impossible. There are no other Pikachu in the game besides the one you start with. You can't get Electabuzz. You can't get Magmar. You can't get the entire Beedrill family, if I recall correctly. You can't get Meowth or Persian. Yeah, there's just there's like a total of like 10 Pokemon you just simply can't get in the base game without trading. So I think I remember hearing something about, is there not some sort of an emulator or something you can do to trade between ROMs? And then maybe I would like, I don't know, I'd have to like start up like 2 different series, playing one as Pokemon Red, the other one as Pokemon Blue, and then trading all my guys to Pokemon Blue. I don't know. I don't know, guys. That's what I would like to do for another Pokemon series for sure, but in the future, we're just going to keep on keeping on, man. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Don't really go out of my way to talk about it or anything like that, but we've really hit the ground running here on Nier's Let's Plays in 2019. Video every single day so far this month, with the exception of one day. I ended up having some family obligations that I did not anticipate coming up, and so we missed one day. That was actually 2 days ago. But to make up for that, I put up 2 episodes of Tales from the Borderlands yesterday. So 2 videos yesterday to make up for the one day we didn't have a video day before that. And, you know, we're just trying so many different videos, trying different out games, different series and stuff like that, which has been both good and bad, right? It's been good and bad. You would think, oh, this guy, you would think that, you know, uploading super consistently would bring in the sub growth and stuff like that. But in reality, what's happening is over the years, over the 7 years I've been doing this, all the different series I've been doing, now that the channel is quote unquote active again, people are unsubscribing. Which I completely get, right? There are still more people subscribing than there are unsubscribing, but there's like a record amount of people unsubscribing from the channel this month because all of a sudden, this channel they forgot they subbed to for Game Dev Tycoon like 5 years ago, or, you know, Pokemon Ruby 5 years ago, or wherever it was. You know, all these, suddenly their sub box is being filled with like Heroes of the Storm and South Park Rally and Hearthstone and stuff like that, you know, so there's going to be a bit of an adjustment period, I suppose, but really worked on Nier's Let's Plays here in 2019. I've talked about it so many times over the years, how we want to revamp this or try this or do that, and this is the year finally like, we're going to freaking do it, man. We're going to freaking do it. We're going to have some fun. And so far, the reception has been incredible, to say the least. I have really been enjoying my time here with Nier's Let's Plays this year. And today, I just felt nostalgic, man. I did. I felt nostalgic because exactly 7 years ago today, we started off this entire channel, essentially. The first video was of this game with this starter right here. Of course, we went freaking Bulbasaur. Are you kidding me? Like, we're not taking Bulbasaur. And, man, I don't know. Here we are 7 years later. It's weird. Weird how time flies. Like, think of how much in your life, even just in your own personal life, has changed in 7 years. It's absurd, right? Like, 7 years ago, it was freaking 2012. Like, it's absurd, man. It really is. Like, just thinking where I was, I as a person, like where I was 7 years ago, let alone the channel. You know, look at the world. What was popular in the world back in 2012 compared to now? You know, things were so much different way back when, but here we are, 7 years later here on Nier's Let's Plays, stronger than ever, having lots of fun. And I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey. But ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much all I have for you guys here in this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Just a nice trip down memory lane. And if you guys could, down in the comments, just let me know. What is the first series you saw here on this channel? Did you just come over from Nero's Cinema for some reason? Or did you find me through Game Dev Tycoon? Did you find me through one of the Pokemon games? Or Hearthstone? Was it through Madden? Let me know. What series did you find this channel from? And what was your personal favorite series that I've done? And what series would you like to see going forward? I'm always open to suggestions. Thank you guys all so much for listening. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.